Arogya Adhyatma, the light of Samskara. Today we have Dr. Shilpa Dhruvakumar, who is a gold medalist in MBBS, and not only that, she is specialized in biochemistry, and now she is working as the head of the department and the director of the lab in Dayanand Sagar Medical College, Chandra Sagar Medical College. More than that, she is an Adhyatma Jeevi. She has got special blessings, and today she is going to tell us about the importance and the practice and why we practice this Vaikuntha Ekadashi, which is a very auspicious one. All over the country, all the people, they are waiting for this Vaikuntha Ekadashi, so that they say that it is also called as the Mukti Ekadashi or Moksha Ekadashi. That means they get the salvation if they do worshipping and this Upvasa on this Ekadashi. And that's how. Please welcome Shilpa. Please tell us about the significance of Vaikuntha Ekadashi.
Thank you very much, madam, and namaskar to all the viewers and to you as well. With the blessings of my Guru Sri Raghavendra Swami, I will be telling the viewers of whatever little knowledge I have about Vaikuntha Ekadashi and its significance. As the name itself suggests, Ekadashi is the 11th day in the Hindu Panchanga. The waxing moon and the waning moon, which we call Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. Every month we see 2 Ekadashis. All Ekadashis are equally important, but special significance, there are some Ekadashis, like especially this Vaikuntha Ekadashi or Mukoti Ekadashi is of very special importance in the Hindu religion and Sanatana Dharma. It is not a festival actually, but it is a day dedicated to immerse ourselves in the memory or in devotion to the Lord, to Lord Sri Hari or to Ishtadevate, whichever God one believes. It is a day to be devoted in the worship and to the Lord himself. So why Vaikuntha Ekadashi? Vaikuntha Ekadashi falls in Margashira Masa or Dhanur Masa, the Shukla Paksha of Margashira Masa. There is a belief that the door of the Vaikuntha, as we all know, in Uttarayana Punyakala, this is the stage where the gods will be waking up from the Yoga Nidra. So this is a day. Also, the Samudra Manthana happened on this day, and the nectar arises.
Turning of the Samudra for
Yes. So the doors of the Vaikuntha will be open on this day for the devotees who perform fasting and who chant the Lord's names. So that is why it is called as Vaikuntha Ekadashi, especially in Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams. In the inner sanctum sanctorum, there is a door which will be opened only on this day, on Vaikuntha Ekadashi day, so that the devotees can, pass through that door. It is a symbolic way that
go through
the Vaikuntha. Yes. And also they say Mukoti Ekadashi, one day of fasting will fetch you, crores of days, punya of crores of days of fasting. So that is why this is called as Vaikuntha Ekadashi.
Great. And but not only that, there is a Pauranika story about King Ambrisha. Because King Ambrisha, he happened to be the great devotee of Vishnu. And then, when Durvasa Muni comes, what happens? You please tell us that story.
Yes.
It's very interesting. All our viewers should know about that.
Definitely, madam. Today, especially, we have to remember the great King Ambarisha, who was a very, very great devotee of Lord Vishnu. He never used to miss even a single Ekadashi. So, when we say Ekadashi, actually, it is a practice of 3-day, rituals of fasting. It begins on the previous day, that is the Dashami day, that is the 10th day. We have to eat only one time food. We have to, give up our night-time dinner. The next day, Ekadashi is a fast for the whole day, and the following day, Dwadashi, also only one time food. And
Okay.
Dwadashi day, particular time we have to break the fast. That is called as
Okay.
Parane, and there is a particular time within which the fast has to be broken. So this King Ambarisha would have undertaken this Ekadashi, and we all know Durvasa Maharishi, Durvasa Rishi, with all his disciples, will come to the abode of King Ambarisha on this day, on the Ekadashi day morning, when he was about to break his fast. So King Durvasa will say that I will go to the river, take holy bath, and finish off my rituals and come back. Till then, you must wait. And there was a paddhati, or there was a practice of waiting for the elders, especially of divine beings
Correct.
like
Correct.
rishis, before they partake the food.
Yes.
So Ambarisha Maharaja will be very humble, and humility will be there. He will wait for Rishi Durvasa to come back. But by then,
Okay.
the stipulated time within which the fast has to be broken will be coming to the passing. So he will be
Okay.
confused, and he will consult his guru as to what has to be done. Brihaspati Guru will be there.
Rajapurohita.
Rajaguru, yes.
Rajaguru.
So he will tell that you do one thing, you take one, what we say, Uddarni, one small little spoonful of
Sip
the
of
holy
water.
water. Yeah, holy water, which will be offered to the god. So since it is Vishnu Padodaka, there won't be any sin because of that. And for the meals, you can wait for King Rishi Durvasa.
Durvasa to come.
Durvasa
Yeah.
Muni to come. So Ambarisha will do the way the Guru has suggested. By then, Durvasa Rishigalu will come, and he will come to know that he has broken the fast by taking a sip of holy water. He will get very angry, and he will create a demon to kill the King Ambarisha. King Ambarisha will be fearless. He will be just chanting the Lord's name. So he will be,
Namasmarane. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Namasmarane. And he will be such a great devotee of Lord Vishnu that Vishnu himself will send his Sudarshana Chakra for the protection of King Ambarisha, and which will come to the slaying of Durvasa Rishigalu. So Durvasa Rishigalu will go to all the lokas. Ultimately, he'll go to Vaikuntha. There, Vishnu will say that even I cannot do anything because he is my great devotee, Ambarisha. You go back to him, so he only will be able to help you. So Durvasa
Okay.
Munigalu will come to Ambarisha and ask his forgiveness, and then the Sudarshana Chakra will be taken back by Lord Vishnu. The essence of the story is not to prove that even King Durvasa will be a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. It is not.
In fact, he is a brother of Dattatreya,
Yes.
and also, he is a son of Rishi Atreya, one of the Saptarshis, and then Ansuya, Mata Ansuya, a great Pativrata. So probably, it is to show the importance of the bhakti, and all these tests and things, the stories are only to give the moral lesson to the people. I think that is the reason. Yeah, please
Yes.
go ahead.
And to show the significance that how Lord will protect his devotees who follow Ekadashi rituals.
Yes,
That is
yes.
also one, that is why
Yes.
Lord wanted to show in this way. So this is a story which we all have to remember on this day. We have to
That means,
remember.
the God does not let down his devotees,
Yes,
those
yes.
who believe in him. So the
Yes.
believers, they come what may, even the worst thing, even if the death comes, the Lord comes to protect them. And that is the lesson. So, and that's how, surrendering to God and not getting worried about even the death or the curse of anybody is most important. So even in our lives, we have to, when the challenges come, believe in God and then leave everything to him and do our duty. That is the important. And the surrendering to Lord is the ultimate. So you can see, even when Draupadi, she said Krishna, and she is protected. So like that, all the devotees are protected, and especially on this Vaikuntha Ekadashi, when this happened, and this happens to be more auspicious than any other Ekadashis. Now, coming to the scientific aspect of this, today it has become very fashion to have the intermittent fasting and people are doing, but then the fasting we have been doing for since time immemorial. And what is the importance of this fasting? You please tell us. That's how it is healthy for the people.
Very true. As we all know, fasting not only helps in the reduction of weight and keeps us healthy, it also increases, it also improves our immune system. It also, brings about mental well-being.
Here, improves the immune system means, our immunity to fight against the diseases also increases. It is not fighting against just the challenges, even fighting against the diseases, it is more.
Yes, and there was a Nobel Prize also awarded in this respect, the autophagy. The cells, the damaged cells will eat themselves practically when you fast. So that is, after so many years, there was a Nobel Prize which was related to our Sanatana Dharma and which we didn't know. Now we are following.
And the joke is, we have been doing for thousands of years and we are not getting the Nobel Prize. Someone else does the work on that and researches, and then he gets the Nobel Prize. And now people start believing, otherwise they used to laugh at Upasa and they used to make fun of ekadashi Upasa, in the name of ekadashi Upasa, they are eating more and more very delicious things, and that's how, they used to make fun. But actually, the what type of food we eat also is when we break, that is also very important. Please go ahead.
Very true, ma'am. Very strictly speaking, ekadashi, they say anna or rice only is prohibited. It is not so. Ideally, we should not eat anything which is edible. That all comes under anna. Okay. So nothing should be eaten, not even water. Only for people who cannot observe a full fast.
That is called as the nirjala upvasa. Nirjala upvasa.
Okay. Yes, ideally a nirjala upvasa only should be followed. For people who cannot do this, there are some liberal
those
things
who have got the diabetes or any other diseases, and they can adapt and change their pattern.
Yes, they can take milk, ideally not cooked food, milk or some fruits or dates, and milk is allowed for the people who cannot actually observe a complete fast. Along with this, it is not only fasting, but we have to immerse ourselves in Sri Hari's dhyana or devotion, chanting Lord's names. This balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic activity. As we all know, when we are fasting, we may have fast heartbeats or we may feel we are fainting. Actually, it will be not so. But if we engage ourselves in the Lord's, memories, chanting His names, then there will be an aspect of mental well-being too here.
So, Shilpa, when you said the mental well-being, I realized whenever the sympathetic activity is more, the stress is more. When the stress is more, there is a surge of sympathetic activity. But when the meditation is done, the parasympathetic activity comes, and apart from that, from the brain, the feel-good hormones are released, and they are called as endorphins and neuropeptides, and they are 100 times more powerful than the best the analgesics or the painkiller, that injection morphine that we give. And that's how we know, and the mind becomes calmed down, and then the energy becomes more. On one side, you are giving rest to the whole gastrointestinal system, which requires, because we would have done overeating throughout the month, throughout the 15 days. And here, the rest is there. And on top of that, the immunity increases, and then the mental peace comes, and then a person becomes Sthita Prajna. So he learns to face the challenges as well as to cope up with the stress. And that's how we know this ekadashi upvasa is so scientifically better, and that's why we call upavasa. Upa is taking in a small quantity, vasa is living. So the food is taken in a small quantity, very little, and then you reside with the name chanting of namasmarane of Paramatma. And that's how we know both swartha and paramartha both are achieved. So swartha is your body weight reduces and you become slim and trim and nice, and paramartha is you are closer to paramartha and you become one with the Paramatma. Your jivatma is with the Paramatma. And such a wonderful concept of our Sanatana Dharma, we all should appreciate and practice it. It is very important. What do you say?
Yes, madam. Actually, it is ideal to practice every Ekadashi because why 11th day there is another thing because it is nearing the new moon and full moon day where a lot of atmospheric pressure changes will be there.
Yes.
So, to
Yes.
align with that, this day has been dedicated to fasting. Actually, it is good to observe every Ekadashi, that is monthly twice, which comes. If not every Ekadashi, at least on the Vaikuntha Ekadashi day. That is why we have some special Ekadashis. It is not to be celebrated as a festival, but how much ever one can to his best level. If fasting is done and if we engage ourselves in chanting or in the devotion of Lord, it is no, now most of us are working. There is no need to put a holiday in work itself. We
Yes,
can
yes.
consider
And
work is
work
worship.
itself is worship, like
Yes.
a kayakave kailasa. Whatever we are doing, that has to be, surrendered to God, as if it is the duty to God, And they see, like you and myself, we are doctors. So the patients themselves are God, and
Yes.
then we are giving the relief to them. So that's how, we have to adjust to the present day and then, surrender ourselves to God in our work itself. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, very true. So on Vaikuntha Ekadashi, when we fast, because we are fasting, this mindfulness will be there in us that, at least work is worship or there is a higher being who is controlling us and we need to be devoted to him. So at least on this day, if we observe fasting and chant his names, possibly we can go to the temple. Every temple, as you know, will have a small door opened, especially Venkateshwara temple as a Vaikuntha Dwara, symbolic way that we pass through the Vaikuntha. So I think it is a very, very good concept for both physical and mental well-being. Even the research has proven that. So at least on Vaikuntha Ekadashi day, let us all observe the fast how much ever we can to our possible extent. And I think this is a great way to pay respect to our Sanatana Dharma and the scriptures which we follow.
And even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Paramatma says, when you chant the Paramatma's name, and that itself, it gives you the mukti or the moksha or the salvation. And that too on an auspicious day where it is Vaikuntha Ekadashi, when you do it, it is so very wonderful. And it is so nice that both of us are gold medalists, both of us are doctors, and we are talking about the Vaikuntha Ekadashi, and that is really wonderful. And I think people should have the science and spirituality are like two hands and together, and we should make our lives more beautiful and wonderful. Thank you very much, Shilpa. Thank you.
Thank